Hello, my friends. Welcome to Global English Talks. My name is Olivia, and today we have a very special episode for you. If you are someone who wants to understand English movies, English series, or English conversations in real life, this episode is for you. Stay with us, because we are going to share a story that will inspire you and help you see that learning English is possible for you too.
Hi everyone, I'm John, and I am so happy to be here with you today. And Olivia, I think today's topic is amazing. The title is How I Understood 100% of English Movies in 2 weeks. This sounds crazy, right? People might think, no way, that's impossible. But today we are going to show that it can be done step by step in a simple way.
Yes, John, and let me talk directly to you, our listener. Maybe right now you are watching movies in English with subtitles in your language. Maybe you feel frustrated because you only catch 1 or 2 words. Or maybe you gave up thinking, I will never understand fast English. Don't worry. You are not alone. Many students feel this way. And today's conversation will give you hope, motivation, and practical ideas to finally understand English movies.
Exactly. And here is something important. Olivia, I was just like our listeners. I remember one time I tried to watch an English movie without subtitles, and I understood nothing. I felt like the actors were speaking too fast. I wanted to give up, but then I found a method, a system. And with this system, after only 2 weeks, I was able to watch and understand everything. And trust me, if I could do it, you can do it too.
John, that's powerful. And friends, listen carefully. The secret is not about being super intelligent or about memorizing 1,000 grammar rules. The secret is simple. It is about daily practice. It is about learning with real English step by step and training your ear every day. Just imagine yourself 2 weeks from now, sitting on your couch, watching your favorite English movie, and suddenly realizing, wow, I understand everything. I don't need subtitles anymore.
That moment is magical. And here's the truth. You don't need years and years to feel progress. What you need is the right strategy. Many people waste time. They study English only with textbooks, only with exercises, but they never train with real English. That's why they feel stuck. But when you use movies, daily conversations, and simple practice, your brain starts to learn like a child. You learn naturally.
And let's be honest, watching movies is fun. Learning English should not be boring. It should not feel like torture. When you learn with movies, you enjoy the process. You laugh, you feel emotions, and your brain remembers faster. This is why this system works. And the best part is, you can start today. You don't need special materials. You already have Netflix, YouTube, or any platform with movies.
Yes, and before we explain the exact steps, let me tell you one thing. Please don't think I'm too old or it's too late for me. That's not true. I know people who started learning English at 40, 50, even 60 years old, and they still succeeded. The only thing you need is the decision to start and to keep going for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks is not a lot, but if you focus, you can change everything.
So, my dear listener, stay with us in this episode because we are going to show you how to use movies as your personal English teacher. You will learn how to train your ear, how to repeat words like a shadow, and how to connect sentences in a natural way. And at the end, you will see that understanding English movies is not a dream. It is your reality, and it is waiting for you.
Exactly. And let me give you a promise. If you follow these steps for 14 days, just 2 weeks, you will see a huge transformation. You will not only understand movies, you will also understand real conversations, podcasts, and maybe even this podcast more easily. And then, you'll feel more confident to speak English with other people.
So, are you ready? Are you excited? Then let's start this amazing journey together. Welcome to Global English Talks. This is your place to learn English with real stories, real conversations, and real progress. Let's go.
Step number 1, choose only one movie. In the beginning, I made a mistake. I tried to watch many movies at the same time, but that was too much. Then I realized, if I focus on one single movie, I can really learn. So, I chose a movie that I already loved. It was fun, exciting, and not too complicated. This is important. Choose a movie you enjoy, because when you enjoy, you don't feel like you're studying. You feel like you're having fun.
Many people make the mistake of changing all the time. They jump from one movie to another, and their brain doesn't have time to learn. But when you repeat the same movie, you start to notice the details. The voices, the expressions, the rhythm. Repetition is the key.
Step number 2. First, watch with subtitles in your language. Don't feel guilty about this. The first time, I watched the movie with subtitles in my native language. Why? Because I wanted to understand the story, the characters, the feelings. When your brain knows the story, it's easier to focus on the English later.
If you don't understand the story, you feel lost. And when you feel lost, your brain gets tired quickly. But when you already know what is happening, you can relax and listen to the English more carefully.
Step number 3. Watch again, but this time with English subtitles. This was powerful. I could see the words while I was listening. Suddenly, my brain started to connect the sounds with the text. I learned how words are really pronounced. For example, in class we learned going to. But in movies, people say gonna. At first, I thought it was a different word. But then, with subtitles, I understood it was the same.
Many students get frustrated. They think, I studied this word, but I don't recognize it when people speak. The problem is that movies use natural English, connected speech, contractions. Subtitles show you the truth. They open your ears.
Step number 4. Pause and repeat. This was maybe the most important practice. I didn't just watch the movie like a normal viewer. I watched it like a student. I paused the video, I listened to one line, and then I repeated it out loud. This is called shadowing. You try to copy the voice, the rhythm, the accent. At first, it feels strange, but after a few days, your mouth gets used to the sounds. And the best part, your listening improves fast.
When you repeat out loud, you are not only listening, you are training your brain, your tongue, and your memory at the same time. This is why John made such fast progress. He didn't just watch, he participated in the movie.
Step number 5. Focus on short parts. Don't try to study the whole movie in one day. That's impossible. Instead, I took 5 minutes of the movie and worked with it. I listened, I read, I repeated. Then the next day, I did another 5 minutes. Slowly, piece by piece, my brain started to understand the whole movie.
Small steps every day are better than trying to do too much in one day. Your brain learns better with consistency. 2 weeks of daily practice will give you more results than one single day of crazy study.
Step number 6. Turn off subtitles. After practicing with subtitles, I watched again, this time with no subtitles. And you know what? At first, it was difficult. But then little by little, my brain started to recognize the words. I was shocked. I realized, wow, I understand this part without help. That feeling gave me motivation to continue.
Every time you understand a new part, celebrate it. Smile, say to yourself, I did it. Because those little victories are the fuel that will keep you moving forward.
Step number 7. Repeat the process every day. The secret was not just the method, it was the discipline. I practiced 30 minutes every day for 14 days. Not 5 hours in one day, but a little bit every day. Consistency beats intensity. And after 2 weeks, I could watch the entire movie without subtitles, and I understood everything.
2 weeks of focused practice completely changed John's English. And if John can do it, anyone can. The key is one movie, one method, and daily practice. John, today I want to share my own story. Because last month, I tried something new. I chose a very famous movie, one that almost everyone knows, Titanic. Yes, the big movie with Jack and Rose, the ship, the music, the drama. I watched Titanic in English, and at first, I thought it was going to be impossible. The movie is long, the emotions are strong, and sometimes people speak very fast. But then I followed the same steps that you shared before, and something amazing happened. After 2 weeks, I could understand almost everything.
Wow, Olivia, that's incredible. Titanic is a classic. And it's also a long movie with many dialogues, emotions, and different accents. So tell us, how did you do it? What was your process?
Well, step 1 for me was to choose the movie because I love it. I already watched Titanic many times in my language. I knew the story. I knew who Jack and Rose were. I even knew some of the most famous lines, like when Jack says, "I'm the king of the world." I had this line in my memory for years. So, because I already loved the story, my brain was ready. I felt motivated.
That's such an important point. When you already know the story, your brain is free to focus on the English sounds, the words, the rhythm. You don't need to ask, "What's happening here?" because you already understand the situation.
Exactly. So, first I watched Titanic with subtitles in my language, just to feel the emotions again and refresh my memory. Then I watched it again, but this time with English subtitles. And oh my goodness, John, this was like a new world. I could see how the actors really spoke. I could connect the sound with the text. For example, when Rose says, "It's been 84 years," I always thought it was clear, but in the movie she says it so naturally, so fast, it almost sounds like one long word. The subtitles helped me to catch it.
That's beautiful, Olivia. And it shows the reality. Actors in movies don't speak like in textbooks. They connect words, they speak fast, they use emotion. Without subtitles, it feels impossible. But when you use English subtitles, suddenly your brain starts to make the connection.
Yes. Then I did the pause and repeat method. I remember one powerful scene when Jack is teaching Rose how to fly at the front of the ship. He says, "Do you trust me?" And she answers, "I trust you." I paused, I repeated. I practiced the rhythm. And John, after repeating a few times, it felt like my mouth was learning new movements. It was not just listening, it was speaking, it was feeling the English inside me.
I love that. And it's also emotional. When you practice with a scene that gives you strong feelings, your brain remembers faster. That's why movies are so powerful for learning English. They give you not just words, they give you feelings, music, and images.
Exactly. Another example. In the famous scene when the ship is sinking, there is chaos, people shouting, many voices at the same time. The first time I understood nothing. It was just noise. But then, with English subtitles, I started to catch small phrases, like a man shouting, "Women and children first." At first, it was too fast. But after repeating and shadowing, I could finally hear it clearly. It felt like a small victory.
That's amazing. And it shows how repetition changes everything. The first time, you understand 0. The second time, maybe 20%. The third time, 50%. And after a week, you are surprised because you understand 100%.
Yes. And John, I noticed something special. After a few days of practice, not only did I understand Titanic better, I also started to understand English in other situations. For example, I watched a short interview with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I understood more than before. It's like my brain was opening a new door.
That's the magic. When you practice with one movie, your brain is training to catch real English. And then, when you hear English outside of the movie, you realize you can understand more. It's not only about the movie, it's about life.
Yes, and it gave me so much motivation. Every day, I practiced just 30 minutes. Not hours, not the whole movie in one day. Only small parts. I would choose 5 minutes of the movie, watch it with subtitles, pause, repeat, shadow. And then the next day, I continued with the next 5 minutes. Little by little, piece by piece, I built understanding. After 2 weeks, I could watch the whole movie in English without subtitles, and I understood almost everything.
That's incredible, Olivia. And it shows the same truth. Consistency is more important than intensity. You don't need 10 hours in one day. You need 30 minutes every day. And in 2 weeks, you can transform your English.
Yes. And you know what, John? The moment that made me the happiest was when I watched the last scene of Titanic. Rose is remembering Jack, and she says, "He saved me in every way that a person can be saved." This line is so emotional. And for the first time, I understood it in English without subtitles. I felt goosebumps. I felt proud. I said to myself, I did it.
Wow, Olivia, that gave me chills. And I can imagine our listeners feeling the same. That's the power of connecting learning with emotion. When you love the story, when you feel the characters, English is not only words, it's life.
Yes, and that's why I always tell our listeners, choose a movie you love. Don't choose something boring just because it is easy. Choose something that makes your heart beat faster. Because when your heart is involved, your brain learns faster.
Perfect advice, Olivia. And your story with Titanic is proof that anyone can do this. 2 weeks, one movie, daily practice. That's all it takes.
Exactly. And now, when I watch other movies like Forrest Gump or The Lion King, I feel more confident. The training with Titanic gave me a strong foundation. It was my door into the English world of movies. And I know anyone listening to us can have the same experience. That story about Titanic was so inspiring. I can really feel how much you improved in just 2 weeks. Now, John, I want to hear your story. Which movie helped you understand English better?
Thank you, Olivia. For me, it was The Avengers. You know, the Marvel movie with Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk. I had already watched it in my language before, so I knew the story, but I wanted to challenge myself. I told myself, John, this time you will watch in English, subtitles in English, and really focus.
Wow, that's a big movie. Lots of action, fast dialogues, and jokes. Was it difficult at first?
Very difficult, Olivia. At first, I understood maybe 20% of the words. There were so many characters, different accents, and fast sentences. But because I already knew the story, I could guess many words. That gave me confidence to keep going.
That's a great point. Knowing the story makes the listening part easier. You don't get lost.
Exactly. The first time, I focused only on the story. The second time, I started noticing expressions. For example, when Tony Stark says, "I am Iron Man," I repeated it out loud to copy his rhythm and pronunciation. Shadowing really helped. After a few times, I felt my mouth and brain starting to adapt to the sounds.
I love that. Shadowing is so powerful. Did you have a favorite scene you practiced the most?
Yes, there's a scene where Captain America says, "I understood that reference." At first, I didn't understand it. The second time, I noticed it. The third time, I laughed because I understood the joke. That moment made me realize, yes, I am really improving.
That must have been amazing. Did you also pause and repeat lines like I did with Titanic?
Yes, I paused and repeated every short line I could. For example, when Thor says, "Bring me Thanos," I shouted the line, tried to copy his voice. It was fun and very effective. I practiced rhythm, pronunciation, and emotion.
That's perfect. Using emotion while practicing really helps the brain remember. Did you notice your understanding improving after a few days?
Absolutely. At first, it was just 20% comprehension. After repeating, pausing, and shadowing every day, I started to catch jokes, small phrases, and even fast sentences. By the second week, I could watch the whole movie in English with only a few unknown words. And the best part, I could finally enjoy the humor, the action, and the characters without reading subtitles constantly.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like your brain learned to listen like a native speaker.
Exactly. And the motivation is huge. When I realized I could understand a joke or a sentence, I smiled and said, "Yes, I'm really learning." That feeling pushed me to keep practicing every day.
And this shows that even a complex, action-packed movie can be a perfect teacher if you use it correctly.
Yes, Olivia. The Avengers gave me real English. Emotion, connected speech, contractions, and natural rhythm. After practicing, I watched other movies and content in English, and suddenly, it was easier. I was surprised how much I could understand.
That's amazing. And it's proof that consistency, repetition, and loving the story are more important than hours of boring study.
Exactly. Just 30 minutes a day, focusing on small scenes, pausing, repeating, and shadowing. In 2 weeks, I could enjoy an entire movie in English. And anyone listening can do the same. You just need one movie, one method, and daily practice.
Perfect advice, John. And I'm sure our listeners feel inspired. Titanic for me, The Avengers for John. 2 different movies, same method, same success.
Yes, and the magic is real. Movies are not just entertainment. They are your best English teachers.
John, one tip I love for learning English is watching one movie multiple times. Have you tried this method?
Yes, Olivia. I call it the one movie multiple times method. It's simple, but very powerful. You watch the same movie several times, each time with a different focus.
Exactly. The first time, watch the movie with subtitles in your native language. The goal is to remember the story, the characters, and the emotions. You don't focus on English yet. Just enjoy the movie.
Yes, that first time is very important. Your brain remembers the story. Later, When you listen in English, your brain can focus on sounds and words instead of the plot.
Then, the second time, watch the movie with English subtitles. This is the magic step. You see the words while listening, and your brain starts learning pronunciation, rhythm, and expressions.
Absolutely. For example, when I watched The Avengers the second time with English subtitles, I noticed phrases like "I understood that reference" and "we need to work together." At first, I missed them, but subtitles helped me see and hear the words together.
This is also the time for shadowing. Pause the scene, repeat the line out loud, copy the actor's rhythm and intonation. It doesn't need to be perfect. Your mouth and brain are learning together.
Yes, shadowing is amazing. Even 30 minutes a day works. Repeat lines, repeat scenes, and your brain starts internalizing the sounds naturally.
Olivia, then comes the third time. Watch the movie without subtitles. This is the real test. Your brain has heard the words multiple times, knows the story, and now you can understand without reading.
Exactly. The first time I watched The Avengers without subtitles, I laughed at jokes I didn't understand before. I followed fast conversations and enjoyed the story fully.
One important thing, don't rush. You don't need to watch all 3 times in one day. Watch small parts, repeat, practice every day. Consistency is more important than speed.
Totally. Even 5 to 10 minutes per scene works. And pick movies you love. Emotion helps memory. You remember lines better if you feel the scene.
Don't worry if you don't understand 100% the first time. Learning is a process. With repetition, your brain will catch new words, phrases, and expressions naturally.
Yes, I still use this method with new movies. First with my language subtitles, second with English subtitles, third without subtitles. Sometimes a 4th or 5th time for shadowing and pronunciation.
One movie multiple times. First, story. Second, English subtitles. Third, no subtitles. Repeat as needed. This trains listening, vocabulary, pronunciation, and confidence at the same time.
And the best part, it's fun. You enjoy a movie while learning English. It doesn't feel like studying. You live the language.
It works for beginners, intermediate, and advanced learners. Everyone can benefit. Focus, repetition, and love for the story are key.
Pick one movie today. Watch it multiple times. Your English will improve faster than you expect.
One movie multiple times. Simple, powerful, and proven. Try it and enjoy your English journey. John, shadowing is one of the most powerful ways to learn English. Have you used it with movies?
Yes, Olivia. Shadowing is simple but very effective. You pause the movie, repeat the actor's speech exactly, copy the intonation and rhythm. This trains your ear and your mouth at the same time.
Many students only listen and repeat slowly, but shadowing is different. You try to imitate the actor closely, including speed, emotion, and pauses.
Exactly. For example, in The Avengers, Tony Stark says, "I am Iron Man." I paused, repeated it, copying the rhythm, stress, and small pause before he said it. At first it felt strange, but my mouth and brain started learning together.
Start with small sentences first. Don't try long dialogues at the beginning. 1 or 2 sentences are perfect. When you feel confident, increase the length.
Another tip is to copy the emotion. Angry, happy, or excited, imitate it. Shadowing is not only about words. It's about rhythm, tone, and natural pronunciation.
Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is repetition and imitation. Over time, your brain recognizes patterns and your mouth becomes more confident.
I also pause, repeat, then rewind. Some sentences I repeat 3 or 4 times until it feels natural. For example, Captain America says, "We need to work together." I repeat it several times, copying accent and rhythm.
Shadowing trains listening and speaking together. You hear the sound, feel it in your mouth, and connect it to meaning. 2 skills at the same time.
Don't pause too long. Repeat immediately after hearing the sentence. This trains your ear to catch sounds naturally, like following the actor in real time.
Start with movies or scenes you love. Emotion helps memory. You remember phrases better if you feel the scene.
I do this every day, even 10 to 15 minutes. Listening improves fast. Words, intonation, rhythm, everything becomes clearer.
Use English subtitles at first. See the words and hear them. Later, try without subtitles to test listening and memory.
It's fun. Imitate your favorite actors, feel the emotion, and learn English naturally. It doesn't feel like studying.
Shadowing improves pronunciation, listening, and confidence. Start small, repeat often, enjoy the process.
Pick a scene today, pause, repeat, imitate rhythm and intonation. You'll be surprised how fast your English improves.
Shadowing, active imitation. Your mouth, ear, and brain learn together. Try it today and feel the difference. John, today I want to talk about something very important for learning English with movies: consistency. Have you noticed that some people watch a lot at once but don't improve?
Absolutely, Olivia. That's why I always say, consistency over volume. It's better to watch 20 minutes intensively every day than to binge watch 5 hours without focus.
Exactly. Many students think that watching a whole movie in one day will make them fluent. But without focus and repetition, most of it is forgotten.
Yes, the secret is repetition plus consistency. Small, focused sessions every day train your brain better than long, distracted sessions once in a while.
For example, I like to watch 20 to 30 minutes of a movie per day. I pause, repeat lines, shadow, and focus on pronunciation. After a week, I notice huge improvement.
Me too. When I started with the Avengers, I didn't try to watch the whole movie at once. I focused on small scenes, 20 minutes per day. Each day, I repeated lines and shadowed the actors. It worked much better than watching the movie in one day.
And consistency also builds habit. Your brain expects these 20 minutes every day. Over time, your listening, pronunciation, and understanding improve naturally.
Yes, and 20 minutes of full focus is more effective than 5 hours distracted. When you binge watch without pausing, repeating, or shadowing, your brain just absorbs background noise.
Another tip: choose your favorite scene for these daily sessions. Emotion and interest help your brain focus and remember lines better.
Exactly. And don't worry if you only understand 50% at first. Every day, repetition helps your brain catch new words, expressions, and pronunciation.
Consistency also prevents frustration. Watching a little every day feels easy and fun, while long, unfocused sessions can be tiring and overwhelming.
And small daily sessions train memory better. Your brain remembers words and phrases when repeated regularly. That's why consistency beats volume every time.
Another tip is to track your progress. Even 20 minutes a day adds up. After a week, you'll notice you can understand more, repeat lines better, and feel more confident.
Exactly. And it's motivating too. You see improvement step by step, instead of feeling lost after 5 hours of binge watching with little gain.
So listeners, pick a small time every day, 20 or 30 minutes. Focus, repeat, shadow, enjoy the movie. That's the real secret to improvement.
Consistency over volume. Small, focused sessions every day. Repetition plus consistency. That's how real learning happens.
Make it a daily habit. Your English will improve faster than you think, and you'll enjoy the process at the same time.
Remember, it's not about hours or movies watched. It's about focus, repetition, and making it a daily practice.
John, let's talk about subtitles and chunk learning. These two methods are very powerful when learning English with movies. Have you used them?
Yes, Olivia. I call it the subtitle mastery method. You use subtitles strategically, first in Portuguese, then in English, and finally without any subtitles. It creates a natural transition to understanding English.
That's exactly it. The first time, you watch with Portuguese subtitles to understand the story and characters. This makes you feel comfortable and enjoy the movie.
Yes. The second time, switch to English subtitles. Now your brain sees the words and hears the sounds at the same time. You start connecting pronunciation, rhythm, and meaning naturally.
And the final step is to watch without subtitles. At this point, your brain already knows the story and many expressions, so you can focus on listening and enjoying English naturally.
Exactly. This method trains your ear, vocabulary, and comprehension step by step. You don't overwhelm yourself. It's a smooth transition from your native language to English.
And while doing this, I also recommend chunk learning. Instead of memorizing individual words, focus on whole phrases that repeat in movies like, "What do you mean?" Or "Are you serious?"
Yes, Memorizing single words is slow and unnatural. If you learn phrases, you can use them immediately in conversations. Phrases are like blocks you can build sentences with.
For example, in Titanic, the phrase "I'll never let go" is repeated. I don't focus on "I," never, or "let go" separately. I memorize the full phrase, and later I can use it naturally.
Same with the Avengers. "We need to work together" is a complete phrase I repeated many times. Later, I could use it in conversation without thinking. That's the power of chunks.
And chunk learning makes shadowing and repetition easier. You repeat phrases as a whole, with the correct rhythm and intonation. Your brain starts recognizing patterns in English naturally.
Another tip: choose phrases that appear multiple times in a movie or series. Repetition helps your brain store them faster. For example, "What do you mean?" appears in almost every English series or movie.
Yes, and the combination of subtitle mastery plus chunk learning is amazing. First, your brain understands the story. Second, it connects sound and text. Third, it focuses on useful phrases instead of single words.
And don't forget, practice a little every day. Watch a scene, focus on 2 to 3 chunks, repeat, shadow, and memorize. Over time, your listening, speaking, and confidence improve naturally.
Olivia, exactly. Subtitles guide you and chunks train you. Together, they make your English learning fast, natural, and fun.
Listeners, start with a short scene today. Watch first with Portuguese subtitles, then English, then without. Focus on 2 to 3 useful phrases and repeat them several times. You'll be surprised how fast you internalize English.
Subtitle mastery method plus chunk learning. Step by step, phrase by phrase. This is how real learning happens.
Remember, it's not about words, it's about useful phrases, repetition, and strategic subtitles. Start today and feel the difference in your English.
John, after everything we talked about today, I feel like our listeners have a complete roadmap to really improve their English with movies.
Absolutely, Olivia. From watching one movie multiple times to shadowing, keeping consistency, mastering subtitles, and learning in chunks, it's all about focus, repetition, and strategy.
Yes, remember, it's not about watching hours without purpose. It's about small, focused sessions, repeating phrases, feeling the emotion, and connecting the sound to the meaning.
And don't forget shadowing. Pause, repeat, imitate the actor's rhythm and intonation. Your mouth, your ear, and your brain are learning together, naturally and effectively.
Subtitles are your secret tool. First in your native language, then in English, and finally without subtitles. Combine this with chunk learning, and you start thinking in phrases instead of single words.
Consistency is the final key. 20 minutes every day is more powerful than 5 hours distracted. Daily practice builds habit, confidence, and understanding faster than you think.
So listeners, pick your favorite movie today. Watch it multiple times, shadow, repeat phrases, use subtitles strategically, and do it consistently.
Apply everything step by step. Your listening, pronunciation, vocabulary, and confidence will improve naturally. You'll start noticing phrases you never understood before.
Imagine the day when you watch a full movie in English, understand everything, repeat lines naturally, and even use those phrases in conversation. That day will come.
Exactly. It's not magic. It's strategy plus repetition plus consistency. Follow these steps, and your English will transform faster than you imagined.
Start today. Your journey to fluency begins with one scene, one phrase, one day. Keep going, enjoy the process, and celebrate every small victory.
And remember, learning English should be fun. Movies are your playground, phrases are your tools, and consistency is your superpower.
That's it, listeners. Apply these techniques, trust the process, and in a short time, you'll realize how far you've come. Your English will never be the same again.
Keep practicing, keep repeating, and enjoy every moment. English fluency is not a dream. It's a journey, and you're already on the path.